Hi guys, and welcome back to Christian Cast, where I build baits so you don't have to. Today we're back and we are going to focus again on our lure blanks. I have got already quite a lot of them prepared, so we are going to do another airbrushing tutorial today, and I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. Today's lure is going to be something like that. There's going to be a little bit of detail work with the paintbrush, and I think this is one of my favorite paint schemes till now. I really enjoyed it. First I thought it's a bit heavy on the scales, but you'll anyway see it while I build it. And we'll straight away get started, and I'll pop you guys on the desk and we'll see how this bait build goes. So, welcome to the desk, and first things first, we're going to ground our bait once again, and as I was saying, we are still focusing on these, and I'm just going to go over with a nice white ground coat. So that is the first layer. I'm quite happy. I think there's a little bit of a hair or something that got stuck right there, so I'll try and get them off before I do the second layer. I got the hair off, but we also damaged the paint, so we'll see. I'll give it then a second coat as soon as it is dryish, and I will hope to get that off. So that is the tail. We'll set that off, and then we'll add our next color in a moment. So the next color of our bait is going to be some brown, and we are going to go over the top just like that, and along the sides just like that. That's going to be enough. We just want to get a little bit of a transition for later. We're going to be working with some green that also mixes into the brown, and then we're going to add a golden lateral line today and a orange belly. So we'll now then change to the olive green and see that we just tint it from the top down again a little bit, that we get a little bit of a transition in to the whole lure build. As you can see, the olive green is already in the airbrush, and we made a line, and now we're just going to go from the top first again, darken down this a little bit, just like that. That is the first little touch. So now we've got a little bit of a rust color that transitions into something darker. Now the next step will actually be doing a gold lateral line. I will try to keep it as thin as possible, and then we will darken the top down with some black, and then we'll be ready for the scales after doing a red belly we have added our gold, and now we're going to go ahead and put on a silver line. So that's going to be the gold for us. Now I'm still going to put in some white, go over the belly once more, that it really has got the white belly, also on the sides a little bit, before adding our fluorescent orange. And then we'll see what else we'll still do. We're gonna now just take the white and cover up once more. Then we've got our nice white belly. Just like that. There we go. Now I'll change up to the orange and we'll give the belly a nice bright fluorescent tummy. Well, we have added our fluorescent orange, and now we will go ahead and just give it a bright little belly. I think I actually used the other orange the last time and I liked it a bit more, so I will actually change this up. I'm just going to do this one first and then add a little bit of fluorescent action, but I'm going to still spray this empty and actually add our normal orange because it fits a bit better to the paint scheme. I did a quick color change and we've got our orange in, and now we're actually going to do what we wanted to from the beginning. That's a lot more like it. There we go. So that I am happy with. Now we'll do our last color change before we start with the scales, and I'll be adding some black because we will darken down the complete top of the bait in the next step. Well, we have added our black and now we're just gonna go over the top like that. There we go. And now I'll do this side still. There we go. And now we have got our first rough setup, and we'll get ready to do the scales. I'm gonna do it again in 2 steps. First with a very dark silver to create a little bit of a underlay of the scales, and then I'll lighten the scales with the silver and some of our acrylic ink because it is very shiny. So as you might see, I actually made a dark silver mix, and we are going to go from further away and just darken down the first layer of scales, just like that. The airbrush is quite messy at the moment. So now I'm just checking it out to see if it is dark enough. There we go. And now I am going to add some normal silver and go over a second layer. So now I've added the silver, and we're going to go from an angle and spray. So there we go. Now let that dry and clean up the airbrush, and then we will see how the bait looks. So we are back and we're going to do the scale reveal. So it seems like I was very heavy on the scales this time, and I actually thought that I will try to be a little bit lighter, but as it seems, I had a heavy hand today. So that's what we're working with at the moment. Let's see, this one. So I actually don't mind it too much, it's quite cool. And I was thinking of maybe even adding some dots along the bait itself, so we will actually still do that before we carry on with gluing on the eyes. So I'm going to take a little bit of black, that should be enough, and then we will just go just about like that, and then we'll also add some red dots just for some contrast. We'll let that dry, and then I will add the same dots on the other side. Back at the dots for the other side. There we go. So that is the detail work that we will be doing today, and I'll get you back as soon as I glue in the eyes. Now that everything is pretty much dry, I will add our eyes. So that is pretty much our lure that we are going to get to the clear coat and see how it will look. as most of you know this process already, I will just start and show you a little bit of how it would look under the clear coat, and then I will jump over this part because we will see each other then in the outro, and I don't want to drag it out too long. And if you want to know how the clear coating process works, I have a lot of videos that you can check out. I'll maybe drop one here or there, and I'll put one in where the clear coating process is in, because I then often also get rid of the bubbles with a blowtorch, but I'll spare you from that today. So I'll see you in a moment in the outro. Hi guys, and welcome back to the outro. I am really happy with how this lure turned out today. I first was thinking of making something in direction of a brown trout or char, and it ended up being a bit of a mix, but I really like how it looks, and I'm really interested to see how it actually performs and if we're able to catch something with it. So we're going to take it out and see if we actually are going to catch anything, because the season, as you know, is starting soon. And I just have to clean out the joint a little bit still, because there is a little bit of UV resin in there that I'm going to just pick out with one of these before we go fishing, and then the action should be like in the videos that you guys have seen. So thanks again for tuning in for another lure build. I really enjoyed this one. I also like how it turned out, and we'll see each other for the next bait build, and I wish you a great one. Cheers.